welcome to another program in the series Spanish Eye. This is where we go out and about looking at some of the things that are happening here in Spain. Today we're in Los Alcazares in this beautiful finca where my guest today has set up not only her home but also one of her many businesses. Cristina Nagengast, thank you very much for inviting us today, and I'm sure your business has something to do with these beautiful creatures.
Absolutely, my beautiful baby boys.
Yeah.
Which is my sort of, second life after obviously working in a dental clinic.
I was going to say, like a lot of people here in Spain, you haven't got one job, two jobs, you're sort of coming up for your fourth now.
Yes, that's correct. Because here, apparently, well, Spain is lovely to live in, but you need to have a couple of more jobs.
Yeah.
I think it's now around the world, same thing, no?
Yeah. Before we find out what you actually do, tell me a little bit about your history, because you've had such an interesting life.
Okay, well, long story. I've been born in Germany, grown up in Switzerland, lived in Venezuela, back to Sri Lanka, then from there to Ireland, went to school a little bit in England, and then studying in Argentina.
Wow.
And now here in Spain.
Job-wise, you've been a professional model?
Yes, for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I mean, professional, well, sort of, you know.
Well, I've seen your portfolio. It looked professional to me.
Yeah, well, a couple of nice pictures, yes.
Yeah. And the polo playing, how did that all start?
Well, that actually starts when I was about 15. I went with my mom to St. Moritz, and I seen the very first time polo. And well, horses, I'm always my whole life involved in horses. And when I've seen it, I just loved it. I loved the speed. I loved the emotion of this game, of everything. It was like a vibration when you see it, and I just said, "That's it. That's what I want to do."
It looks one of the hardest sports in the world to play. Is it as hard as it looks?
Well, depends. No, not really. I think if you have a passion for the sport, it's well, of course, it looks sometimes when you fall, when you have it looks very dramatic, and there are a couple of horses get injured, people get injured, obviously, but hard. I don't know.
Well, you're not only having to control a horse, but you've got a mallet in your hand.
Yes.
You've got to try and hit a ball towards a goal. There's a lot going on.
That's true. Well, it's practice. It's like well, the best players are the Argentinians anyway.
Yeah.
So it's literally when they're born, they be put on the horse, and you get the connection with the horse, and then the other thing is automatically. Stick in the hand, and it's practice. Like,
it's a bit like learning to drive. You've got lots to do, but after a while it all comes naturally.
Yes, that's true.
It's also a very elite sport. It's the very rich play polo, so you're obviously mixing in quite an elite group of people.
Well, obviously, it's for people who have money. It's much easier because they can get their own horses, and obviously, get into clubs and start playing, getting their trains, whatever. But actually, elite sport, and of course, I mean, still, when we see a polo game, a tournament, it's always, the rich and the beautiful and the famous, no? But it's like I said, I played in Argentina, and it's more kind of went to lots of. Campos there.
Yeah.
I get always confused now with the campo, finca, whatever, And it's a kind of a family sport is there, apart, it's a get together with the friends, and everybody plays polo, and you don't have to be rich there, to play polo. You just have to have the passion, and then obviously if you want to go, play professional base, then obviously they need to, most of the people, like I did, I got a sponsor. And then I started traveling around with the horses, because I had four horses. And you have to ship them over, you have to fly them over or whatsoever, to play, seasonally in different clubs.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it is possible for old, ugly, poor people like me to play polo.
Well, come here and try out.
No, I don't think I will.
No, it's like, geez, Don't say that.
I don't expect you to answer that. So how did you end up in Spain then?
It's a long story again. Well, no, actually, not really a long story. It's... Well, my mom used to live in Spain, and I came from Argentina. I was working for 2 years nearly in Berlin in advertisement, and I kind of, was kind of a family little problem. So as my mom was here, and I kind of, when you get older, probably, it's you feel more like, do you want to be more connected to your family?
Yeah.
Well, that's happened to me. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm away literally from home since I'm 16. And I just felt, you know, I would like to give it a try and like to see my mom. And so I came to Spain, got a job, and well, here I am after 11 years.
It's managed to keep you, you know, involved with your passion. Where did this love of horses come from?
I have no idea.
No.
No idea. It's probably in my blood from my great-grandfather, whatever.
Yeah. What are you doing here now with them?
Well, basically, I wanted to have just one horse for pleasure after work, enjoy. As I have a daughter of 8, well, then she was just 3 years old, so I just, you know, both of us, I thought, you know, I can enjoy something together with her. And so I bought one, and I found this beautiful finca, which I was very fortunate to rent the stables here and all. And well, after one, it was the other one. One horse unfortunately died last year.
Right.
And then someone came up to me and said, you know, we have a horse, you know, badly treated, you know. Do you mind, you know, maybe you can do something with him? So that was the 3rd horse, and then the 4th horse came, and then another one, and well, here we go. No more horses now.
Many of the viewers will be familiar with the Easy Horse Care Sanctuary. Yes. And are you sort of hoping to go down those lines?
Well, if I wish to, but like I said, you know, something like that, you need to really educate your whole time in it, and I don't have the time, and I don't have, unfortunately, the money for it, you know.
Yeah.
Which, but obviously, if I can help, I'm more than happy.
But you also teach special needs children.
Yes, that was a dream I always had. I always wanted to work with disabled children, and I got the chance. Beginning of this year, a physiotherapist contacted me, and she asked me if I have some horses which are good to ride, to do therapy with, and I was very, very happy. And I have horses actually here, even with this stallion. He's just 4 years of age, and I already work with him with the disabled children, and it's fantastic.
Wow.
It's really fantastic.
Just introduce us to this beautiful creature, Gallon.
Gallon, yeah.
Gallon. Where did he come from?
Well, a friend of mine had him. He was really wild. He was just turned 3, and he apparently didn't cope very well with other people, and like, well, nobody really wanted him. He's not a purebred, so he's just, you know, he's well, between Spanish, Arab, whatever mix, you know. But I think he's beautiful, and he has a very good character. It took me a while to really break him in. It's not really breaking him because I do completely different way to work with the horses, with young horses especially, and with horses who are having a, you know, a traumatic experience. So I call it natural horsemanship. So you know, with a lot of love, a lot of patience, and, you know, groundwork. Now it's one of my lovely little boys.
Who else have we got over here?
Well, this is Jet, my main therapy horse. He looks like everybody said, oh, he looks so old. He's actually not old. He's just turned 8. He's beautiful Spanish, but very small Spanish. Like best character you can ever wish, you know, the height very good. And like I said, he's really like a sleeping pill, literally. But fantastic. All this, I mean, you know, disabled children, some of them with the mostly brain damaged, you know. There's a lot of screaming involved, and a lot of and this is you need horses who are really calm to characterize, and that's like, thank God, my horses are really really, really calm.
I don't know much about horses, but this one looks a bit smaller than the others.
Yes, well, that's a perfect horse for you. You can jump on and enjoy. That's my daughter's pony, which I'm going to use now as well as therapy and for the other riding class as well. Well, that's Kaiser, which I got just recently. He was picked out of field and completely wild as well. You know, the breeder, unfortunately, you know, misfortunate and couldn't keep the horses anymore. So I got him for really little money, and it's very, very good. He's pure Spanish. It's just not the typical pure Spanish you will see, you know, big and tall and everything. But he's getting there.
And finally, who's this?
This is Lazarus. He's a Hispano-Arabe. 50% Arab and 50% Spanish. Very, very nice horse. He came here completely traumatized. He couldn't touch him, he couldn't go near him. He couldn't stand men in particular because obviously he got treated very badly from a male person. So now after a year here and a lot of, you know, really quiet talking, and working with him on the ground, getting back his confidence in human beings.
Yeah.
So now it's perfect. Now I have even a child riding him, but without a bit, because he even has a cut in his tongue.
Ah.
So just with a normal little lindle, calls, or hackamore, but very, very, very light on the reins and everything. Anyway.
Now, if you didn't have enough on your plate already, you've started yet another business, which of course features these beautiful creatures. What are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to find the perfect horse for people abroad who are looking for the perfect Spanish Andalusian horse, which I'm working here in Spain with different breeders.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of it's like a broker.
Yeah, horse broker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So people contact me over my ad or over people who know already and this kind of things, and then no Galan. Yeah. And contact me. They describe what they're looking for, and I get it for them.
Brilliant. So if anyone watching this would like to get a horse, and presumably you can give them advice as well to the type of horses that would be suitable.
Certainly. Well, especially I actually selling Spanish purebreds.
Yeah.
Mostly stallions, which are now very popular anyway in England.
Yeah.
Mares are more for breeding. But like I said, advice I give, anything they want. I mean, mostly what I'm looking for is getting the perfect horse to the perfect owner.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, we wish you luck with that.
Thank
we'll
you.
have your email address at the bottom of the screen, so if anyone wants more information, they can contact you.